the draft was drafting all the kids, and our number was coming up.
Yeah.
So my friend said, let's volunteer so that we can choose where we want to go instead of getting drafted and they send us where they like us go, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay. So me, Hiram Simeona, and Dio Watson, and William Hiley, and another kid, I can't remember his name. We all went to go the draft board, volunteer. Me and Herbert Young. Only guy that made it was myself, Herbert Young, Hiram Simeona, and William Hiley. The other guys couldn't make it because they had physical. One of the guys had leaking heart. And the other guy was in a car accident. He had broken bones from before, and so they showed up so they didn't want to take him. Yeah, but early days of service, how veteran entered service, draft.
So, what is your name?
My name is Fortunato Lagapa. And I have a pet name. They call me Toy.
Okay. And your birthday?
And my birthday is 15 October 1934.
And your branch of service during Vietnam?
I was in the United States Army.
And your rank?
I beg your pardon?
Your rank?
While I was in Vietnam, I was only an E5. Then became an E6.
Where we are interviewing, so this area.
We're in Salinas, California.
Okay. Okay. So, where were you born?
I was born in Honolulu, Hawaii.
Okay. Where did your parents work, and how many siblings did you have?
My parents, my dad was Filipino, and my mom was Hawaiian, and I had 4 brothers and 5 sisters.
Wow. That's a very big family.
Yeah.
So what were you doing before you entered the Army?
Well, after I graduated from high school in 1953, I was working with my dad at the farm. We had a farm. And then I occasionally work at the White Holy Poi factory and doing odd things. And my friend told me that we should go in the army. We all listened to him like dummies. No, I think that was the best thing we ever did.
And then, okay, so did you had other family members who were in the military?
Do I have other family members in? Yeah, my brother was in the service. He went in before I did, and I remember I was in high school when he came back from the service, and he was going home, and we met him on the way. We bypassed him as I was going to school, and we turned around, and we went back home. So my friends and I never went to school that day, so we just went to see my brother because we hadn't seen him for 2 years, I think. Yeah.
Okay. So why did you choose the Army instead of another branch?
Well, I really didn't choose the Army. My friend chose the Army. My friend, I had a friend that we went to school with, and he was a very good friend. I knew him when we was little kids, and we grew up together. And then he said, "Toy," he said, "you know, we at the draft age right now." He said, and we come in on a draft pretty soon. He said, "But why wait for the draft?" I said, "Let's go in the Army now so we can choose where we want to go, and let's go see the world." I said, "Yeah, well, that's a good idea. You know, we never seen no place in Hawaii. It's so small." And so we decided to join the Army.
When did you leave for training camp?
I went into service on January 28, 1955. And immediately after that, we swore in. We got on the bus and we went to Schofield in barracks in Waihawa, Honolulu, Hawaii. And we started our training. Of course, we had to get our initial issue, clothing issue, fatigues, underwear, socks, boots, and he was giving shots after shots. And then we were taken to the basic training area, and then we started our basic training immediately after that.
So how was it adjusting to the military? Like, did you like the people? How were the people and the training and everything?
How were the people in the training?
Just in general, how did you like the military?
Well, the people were hard. The sergeants were tough. They were very stringent. There was no friendship in. It was like you're another person and they're the superior, and all you do is have to do everything they tell you to do. You know, you run around like a dog with no head. they tell you what to do and you just run and do it. You know, I mean, you can't answer back. Can't talk. I mean, you talk back and then they tell you drop down, give me 10 push-ups. And you talk back some more, another 10.
So where exactly did you serve in Vietnam?
Well, when I got to Vietnam, I got in process in Saigon. Then they shipped me to this place called Sadek. And from Sadek, we traveled all over the southern part of Vietnam where we was called on. And we'd get on a helicopter and they'd drop us off, and we'd do the day's work, and then we'd get back on a helicopter and come on back to base camp. And we do that on a daily basis. Yeah. But Sadek was our home base.
And did you make any friends while you were over there?
Yes, you met a lot of people. In fact, I met one Guamanian, another Guamanian from. I remember his name was Aguan, and one of his brothers I gave basic training to when I was in Hawaii before I came there. So I got to know him pretty good, and we got to be buddies, you know.
Yeah.
So
and how did you stay in touch with your family?
we wrote. I wrote a lot, and they did write also. And then once in a wait while, I tried to call them on a telephone, and we went to this telephone line where they had, but you couldn't hear too well because you had a lot of echo. You'd say hello, and you say hello, hello, hello. The lines was bad, so the best way to do it is write letters, stay in touch with our family. And I stayed in touch with my wife all the time that way.
Hey Cleo, can you turn that down a little bit? Thank you. Okay, and then what action did you witness? And what were your duties away from the front line?
What's that?
What action did you witness while you were over there?
Well, I witnessed a lot of action while I was not in the front line, because where we were stationed in the boonies, it was the front line itself. You walk out the door and you couldn't go downtown, you know, I mean, in a town which is a small town, without a friend or somebody go with you. And because you don't know who, because the Vietnamese, the soldiers, they look like ordinary civilians in the day, and in the night they be fighters. You know, Vietcongs, they were VCs. So you don't know who. So we never hardly go downtown, but when we did, we went down with a bunch of guys. And rarely go downtown, because everything we had on base, we had a bar on a base, we could drink. That's all we did, drink, and they had a lot of entertainment for us. They brought in USO folks come entertain us. So not too bad. I mean, it was not isolation. It was okay. And a lot of the entertainers came from the Philippines. Yeah, which was good because they were good entertainers.
Can you tell that story when you were in the house, and then can you tell the story when you were in the house, and then the?
Oh, yeah. When we went on patrol at night, we had to go on patrol to secure the perimeter of the area that we was stationed at. So one night when we was out trying to secure the area, we came on his house, and we wanted to see if anybody else. And two Vietnamese soldiers ran out of the house. I don't know whether it was soldiers or VCs because they wasn't civilian clothes.
What's the difference between?
What's the difference?
Yeah.
The soldier, he has a uniform. A VC, he looks like you and I, but he carries a rifle and he shoots at you. So you don't know. You know, so it's hard for you to determine when you go downtown whether he's an enemy or what. He could be one, you know, I mean, anybody. So that's the difference. And then what makes it bad is that they're barefooted and they run, and you can't hear them run because they're barefooted. You don't hear the thumping as much as when you have shoes on.